everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Dane Banks, aka DJ Fine, CEO of JTU, We Are Jersey Magazine, and Jersey Diamonds, and I'm here with the Freedom Fighters.
Yo!
You know, you hear that jersey in the building, you already know. Freedom Fighters, man, they from all over. They are so artistic. We have so much to learn about them. They are making big moves in Jersey, so, you know, let's get to know them a little bit. So, Freedom Fighters, we're going to go down the line real quick. Let's introduce yourself real quick. So you go first, my brother.
Vision, from Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Yeah.
I'm Veronica, but they call me VQ.
Freedom from Elizabeth, New Jersey as well.
You already know. Jersey's in the building. Heavy. We just thank you guys for coming. They were punctual. Look, we got a whole new set for them. You know what I'm saying? So, we had to make sure we got the Freedom Fighters here. They're doing big things in Jersey. So, let's just go down the line. There's a couple of y'all here, so we're just going to talk. So, we'll talk to you first, brother. Tell me about how you got involved with the Freedom Fighters.
Got involved with the Freedom Fighters with doing different endeavors that we had. I'm big in the graphic design, photography, and in the community, you know what I'm saying? So we got together with our crafts, you know?
That's dope. Now, how about yourself?
It started with, basically I'm a big social justice advocate, a mental health advocate. My work started with the Newark Water Coalition, which was a group that was created in Newark to address the lead crisis we have, which a lot of people didn't know about. A parts per billion of lead in the water was actually higher than Flint, Michigan's,
Really?
but no one knew about it. So last year, two of my close friends, they organized this group and been making big moves since. And that's kind of what led me to want to combine that social justice piece into their art piece.
That's
and
awesome.
So we all came together on that.
My brother Freedom. What's up? Yes, sir. Tell me about how you got involved with the Freedom Fighters.
So basically, about like a year and a half ago, I just jumped into this art scene, this scene I didn't know anything about. You know, Jersey has this huge scene, this underground scene, whether it's visual arts, whether it's musicians, spoken word, activism. It's this huge scene I didn't know about. So about a year and a half ago, I just jumped in there, started displaying my artwork for the first time. And while I was displaying my artwork, I was thinking about certain passions I had back then, which was poetry, spoken word. So I started jumping on open mics and stuff like that. I invited my brother Vision over here to go to some. He was a photographer. And then we started thinking we should create this and combine this together, put the visual artwork with the actual, performances and combine this something together. So we created this event about like a year and a half ago. It was called The Sanctuary. And she came over there.
It was dope.
And it was dope. It was a nice pop-out for our first event. It was like over 100-something people at the small bar.
Wow.
And then back in Elizabeth, our hometown.
Right.
So we met a lot of creatives and stuff like that. It was awesome. And then, just a couple months later, she was working with the Newark Water Coalition, and something clicked in her mind, like, why don't we combine this together and make this event? So November 2nd of last year was her first event, Freedom Fighters.
That's awesome. Congratulations, guys.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome.
Thank you.
To build on that too, we wanted to bring locals. You know what I'm saying? The first event we wanted locals. We don't feel like the artists had any platform. So we had called up mad different artists, visual artists, people that sell merch, vendors.
And it was a lot of people's first time too at our event, first time actually displaying the work because they didn't have this platform to do it before.
They didn't have the space.
Spoken word. So we had literally 2 sections. So it was the vendors and the artists in one. It was an art show and it was an open mic.
At the same time.
Two
different separated, but
so many creatives in just one space.
Oh my gosh. The room was just buzzing with so much creativity.
The type of networking, I'm sure that
people are still collaborating.
To this day.
Yo, we met this person
at Freedom Fighters event.
Yeah.
So now, how did the whole Freedom Fighters officially start as far as the name and the title? How'd you guys come up with that? I'm sure you guys had some conversations
Yeah, I'm I'm a writer at heart. Since I was young, that's always been my passion. So I'm kind of the ideas kind of person. I run it by them. I had a list. So we all kind of voted on it.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be the name of just the event. When we do social justice issues, it'll be a freedom, but it's stuck.
Just the event, and it's stuck. Everyone's just hey, yo, Freedom Fighters! So we would come up at other people's events as the 3 of us. So automatically then it says Freedom Fighters! So I just kind of stuck.
So we're we out here fighting for social justice issues and, making space for art.
Right.
Yeah.
And putting that on your back, like just talking about the social justice part, like the fact that you guys are creators and then now you're putting another aspect of social justice. You're displaying that in art and you're displaying that in just the way that you actually have movement. So providing opportunities for people to like really speak up and be themselves. So what made you guys actually take that on? Because you know that's a big responsibility, and then you guys are showing love to your cities and making sure that they know like that they have an outlet to go to express themselves. Like, what made you guys actually want to take that on your backs?
Our heart.
You guys can go like individually.
I'll say this, like me, like even talking with this brother, because me and him when he met, I knew him from when he was like 18. But we got like reacquainted when he started dropping his merch.
Yeah.
So he started dropping his merch. I see him working. You know, I like people who work. You know what I'm saying? That put that work ethic. That's big for me. So then she wanted to work too. We did a first event. So then we had this idea. She came with the idea to work with the North Water Coalition. So I said, oh look, well, whatever, how are we gonna do it? What we need is a spot. You know, I'm gonna do the flyers and tickets. And, you know, the
in-house, everything.
Yeah, we have everything what we need. So we just was like, that's just how it basically came about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, as far as the open mics and everything like that, how did you guys go about first saying, you know what, all right, because you know some people they could just be like, all right, I'm just gonna do just the art. You know, I want to do like an art display. An art show and everything, but then once you start tying in artists and everything, now you guys are in a whole different entertainment.
Entertainment.
It's a whole
Activism and entertainment.
exactly, like this whole exactly. You said the perfect activism and entertainment. So now, how did you guys go about creating your first like open mic? Like, how was that whole process just by itself?
I mean, we knew we wanted all three from the beginning because you know they had done the art with the open mic component, and I came in with the social justice issue. So we're like, we're gonna combine it, all three, because honestly, like, while the North Water Coalition was doing good at getting the information out, they were missing a group of people that are like me that don't receive information well by reading packets. You know, you got passionate artists. Like, how can we get them the message to them? And at our event was actually a lot of people's first time even hearing about the water crisis. And some of the artists did merch specifically and stickers and art specifically for the coalition. So it was pretty cool. Like, you know, honestly what got me into is like our hearts. Like, we're legitimately supportive, loving people. Like, we want, you know, not only ourselves to thrive, but our people, our communities. So that's what moves us, to be honest.
That's basically what I wanted to say. Meeting them, like he got a heart of gold, she got a heart of gold. So when I just knowing them, you know, we're just ourselves. So it's easy for us, you know what I'm saying? So that's the main part. Like, I go out with a couple of other people I know. We go out, feed the home. We cook in our house, go out and feed people that So when I knew that they were willing to do something for, because it's different. You do an event, some people just want to have a good time, so like that.
Right.
When you want to get back to the community, you want to like link up with people, starving artists, people that just got a lot of talent. That's what we wanted to do. We wanted to basically help ourselves, but also help others and meet with others and like it's something real big. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what Jersey needs. That's what.
You guys got a lot of driving passion.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Yeah, our events were definitely we definitely wanted to not only have a platform and have other people network and meet, but we wanted to inform people about certain things they're not spoke upon.
Right.
So, you know, us by doing this, it really brought a lot of attention to certain, you know, issues in the community that's relevant that we walk past every day and we don't realize.
Right.
So by us presenting it and having other artists present it on their page, it just flooded with all this information. It's like, oh, now I know, you know. So they actually left our event not only with a great, like, you know, memory, but like with information too about the issue.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And actually talking about expanding upon more of what you guys do, they actually emphasize mental health a lot. So I want to dive into that a little bit. VQ, we're gonna let you start that up. That's her lane right there. So talk to me a little bit about the passion behind your involvement in the mental health society.
Okay. I didn't mention this when they shouted out Elizabeth, so I feel some type of way. But born and raised in Newark, New Jersey, Brick City. Is my home, and I mean, growing up in the community, you see a lot of mental illness, you see a lot of substance use, and back then I didn't really understand what was going on. Anybody that was on the corner that you seen out there was labeled, oh, they do drugs, that's their problem, it's their choice. And as I got older and wanted to understand myself, you know, and my own traumas and things I went through, I started getting into the education component of it.
Right.
I got, you know, my bachelor's in psychology and psychiatric rehabilitation.
Nice.
You know, I've worked with severe mental illnesses. I work with developmental disabilities. So, I mean, going through that is how I healed and how I understood what was going on with me.
Right.
And then I understood what was going on with the people in my community.
Right.
And it's really like the odds are already stacked against us. Like even growing up in the hood is a trauma in and of itself. Right? Like there's so many things. There's like we're born into this society, and then being people of color, we're already like 10 steps behind. When I understood that, when I understood how the system worked, I was like, it's my mission to, you know, inform others, to help others heal.
That's awesome.
Because we need to heal as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Like this society really pushes individualism, but community is what is going to strengthen us.
Absolutely.
You
Well
know,
said.
Unity in the community.
Unity in the community.
I like this. Go put that on the shirt. I like it. Put that on the shirt. That's awesome. And obviously now with you guys having that emphasis on mental health, you show it also in your art. Yeah, so I want to talk about that, like, because art is a way of expressing ourselves, right? So you two being the creatives in the sense of artistry, tell me about the outlet art has been to you guys. Anyone can go first.
That's you, I know you got it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, art has been a huge outlet my entire life. Not even from before the point of the freedom fighters, you know, because I've been an artist since I was like 6. I've been raised around art my entire life, you know. My uncle, I'll give him a shout out, his name's Typer. He's a legendary graffiti artist out here in New Jersey. He does walls, murals, emo, veer, shout them all out. That was like the main thing I had, you know, like when I was growing up. Like instead of being in the streets, let me be in my sketchbook, my notepad. Even now, like when a certain part of me when I was younger, I was in the streets for a little bit, but I got to bring it back. And like, all right, now I'm back to my art, but people know me from my art, not just the streets, you know. And art was just an outlet, you know, when I'm feeling like any type of emotion, sad, mad, you know, heartbreak, whatever. I actually had this, it's a piece that's actually over there, but it was like this heart, I call it the hungry heart, and it basically like represents, I was going through like a big heartbreak, and basically, so it represents, you know, us, our heart wanting, you know, to be blindly in love and trying to get love. And the tongue's hanging out. It's like, yo, give me more love, feed me love, but you're blinded, you know, you can't see. So, you know, just different pieces always represent different things.
And you're also doing murals and stuff.
Oh yeah, I just started on this mural. I was drawing. Yo, big shout out to Daryl Entertainment, Daryl.ent, that's their IG. They're making big moves over there. They just opened up. That's one of their small businesses that are about helping the community. I spoke to a couple other artists, like visual artists, and they already got some of their visual arts on the wall over there. I'm doing a mural. They're recording like, you know, local performers and artists' videos in there, video shoots. Shout out to Young Benny, he's always over there too.
That's how it works.
It's a great atmosphere.
Jersey, go check that out, man. Definitely. It's a vision. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, so the art thing too, like that always been a part of my life. My family, everyone's an artist. We express ourselves with art, you know, artistry. My mom, big on it. She used to have a sketchbook. I used to see her sketching, so I used to want to sketch too. So I started when I was like 4. You know what I'm saying? 4 years old. When I went to when I was in high school, I took art in high school. I had my portfolio all the way to like the senior year. I'm about to be going to college for art. My art teacher took my portfolio senior year, so I'm like, yo, where he at? You know what I'm saying, my portfolio. So I ain't have nothing to like produce to show to the colleges. So I said, that's not gonna stop me. And I had like my first daughter in high school, you know, so I started young, you know what I'm saying? So I said, I still gotta get that money, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So went to college for graphic design, started, you know, working real young. So I just wanted to express myself no matter what it was through art. You know, I wanted to do what I love. I didn't want to work somewhere and not, you know what I'm saying, like later on be like, yo, now what? You know what I'm saying? So it started at that time, still expressing myself, and I said, look, like BQ said, she saw like the state of the community. I'm like, nah, I want to do something, but I also want to do what I love. You know, I love to help people, and I also love art. I love to express it. So let's put that in the pot, cook it, put the lid on, you know what I'm saying, see what that do.
And you actually created the merch that you're wearing, right?
Oh, yeah,
so like real quick, they flexing their So make sure you go check that out.
Yeah, and it's levels, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is actually photography, so it's a combination of photography, graphic design, and then it's a meaning. So my brand, real quick, is Fear Not. So I feel like, you know, fear is basically the main component of why people can't become into their destination, where actually they're destined, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they limit themselves. They cap themselves with fear. They place this limitation on themselves, where they're like, oh, I fear how others perceive me, or maybe they won't like it. But, you know, once you relinquish that, you could excel above and beyond.
Yeah, you said it well. Absolutely. You would think we'd been knowing each other for like, like, this is just such great conversation. Freedom fighters, you know what I'm saying? So now, with the whole pandemic and everything like that, I usually like to like bring this topic up. How has this affected, or has it affected anything that you guys have going on?
Keep passing it
Oh, sure.
What would you guys say like is one of the best, like one of the biggest lessons that you've learned between this entire pandemic and what's going on, especially for your movement?
One of the biggest lessons we learned because of the pandemic. Health. Like, health and wellness is extremely important. That's one big thing that I learned from this pandemic. Health and wellness, you know, take care of your body. Intake the right liquids. Make sure you sleep. Make sure you have your mental health right. You know, I know you can piggyback that more because you guys are the Bang Bang Vegan gang over here. You know?
Big Bang Vegan.
Big Bang Vegan.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, basically the health, like the brother said, the health. So I got another. We got a small little business, Big Bang Vegan Gang, and it's promote, you know, health, fit, you know, healthy eating, better options, and stuff of that nature. But also to build on what you were saying, the pandemic, it really showed me that you have to have a skill. You know what I'm saying? One thing that no one take from you is skill, right? A lot of people get laid off, they can't like pay the rent and stuff like that, and you got to be able to be witty, think quick, and basically build together to like make something happen. So that's why I commend y'all brothers, you know what I'm saying? Commend all of y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all work together, we work together, you got teams, and us, this is like a super collab right here.
Yeah, super collab. Two teams coming together.
Don't be surprised you see them again.
Yeah.
But that's basically what it is. Like, you know, I feel like this pandemic showed a lot about, you know, family coming together as a community. You know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of people, like especially the children that can't go to school, like a lot of them depend on that meal, like that breakfast, that lunch, and a lot of children, even, you know, like going back home, they don't have like healthy homes. You know what I'm saying? So it showed me a lot that a lot of people need outlet. You know, need help. You know what I'm saying?
And thank you guys for being that outlet, man. You guys are doing some great things. Like I said, they are the freedom fighters. They got a lot of art. Yeah, you guys have. They're not gonna tell us anything else. We had this conversation earlier.
Well, we got some
Right. I'm gonna let them say, go ahead. 2021. Go ahead.
We got some surprises coming up. You know, we're working hard. We've kind of been like a little under the radar, but that's because we're like working behind the scenes.
Yeah, we're working behind the scenes most part. Like, you know, we try to come to certain events. You know, that's how we ended up here, going into certain events and networking with different people. But right now we got things in the backdrop. You know, we always show love and support, but
that's our main thing. Like, is the support.
Yeah, support.
And
that's
even amongst like ourselves, like his brand, it's not like, oh, he just gives us.
It's like, yo, let me hold the shirt for $20. It's like, yo, how much is the shirt?
Ain't no discounts or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Discounts,
I do like, I make sea moss, you know, gels so people can have access to nutrients and stuff. You know, purchase my sea moss. You know, it's not like we support each other as well as we show that same energy to everyone else. And every brand or artist that show love to us and our event, we reciprocate that energy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
These are just the vibes you want to be around every day. That's awesome. Well, just not gonna tell us anything else because they under the radar. Tell us, you're right. How everyone can book you guys, follow you guys, go individually. How we can find your art. Is art for purchase too, or like how does that?
Yes.
Okay.
Art,
so tell us, give us everything.
Art,
everything.
photography, visual graphics.
Visual graphics. Well, I'm Vision Graphics 144 on IG. Vision Graphics 144 on IG. Also the owner of Fear Not 354. Also Big Bang Vegan Gang on IG. So we do. If you want healthy meals rather for healthy moods. Meal prep. You know, do the meal prep. Do the juicing. Got the merch. We looking for models as well. Definitely looking for collabs too. Do power shoots. We do power shoots. We did what was that?
The steam one? What?
Oh no, we did steam too, but the creative shoot we did, the avatar.
The avatar,
Avatar, you know.
Yeah. We do creative day where we
yeah.
just like do out of the box like shoots and stuff. We're gonna start dropping that on our page too. Oh, the Freedom Fighters space.
Yeah.
It's
It's
Freedom
actual-
Fighters _ space.
Freedom
The
Fighters
space stands for
space,
supporting and promoting art, community, entertainment.
Woo!
Okay.
Yeah.
Freedom Fighters
Yeah,
space.
I'm feeling that.
That's the space where
Okay.
we do all our work. I'm VQ. My @ is victorious_VQ. Like I said, I promote mental health and wellness. I'm also in the process of becoming ISSA certified so that I could do physical training, as well as glute specialist.
Hey.
I know y'all like that, so come check me out. The glute. Come check me out for that as well.
I'm Freedom. My whole IG Instagram is @freedom_of_righteousness_. Basically, I'm a visual artist. I create different paintings. I do sketches. I just jumped into photography. I do graphic design. I do a whole bunch of things. Just started my mural, like I said. So yeah, I do big walls now too. I'm open for collaborations, all types for any creative that's in New Jersey. I'm with it.
Yeah, let's get it. Like I said, you heard it here first, man. Freedom Fighters. You want to link up with some dope creatives? Go check them out. Appreciate y'all coming in. Freedom Fighters. We are Jersey Magazine.
Peace. Yeah.
Jersey turned up entertainment. Entertainment.